So hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a water mask and convert to a polygon for ArcPython spatial analysis. So now let's get started. So in the previous video I have shown you how to import raster and compute NDWI. So in this video we're going to focus on creating a water mask and convert to a polygon for the river turbidity estimation. So first we're going to create a binary water mask. So basically to classify between the water areas versus non-water areas. So to do that, we're going to mention a variable called watermask here. So we're going to mention the variable watermask is equals to, and followed by we're going to use this function called a conditional function. So we're going to mention a conditional function. And basically the conditional function is a spatial analysis conditional function, which is similar to the if-else statement for the raster. And inside here, we're going to mention the three arguments here. So starting with first the condition. So in the previous video, I've shown you how to compute NDWI value here. So here, based on the threshold value, we're going to classify the water areas versus non-water area. So for that, I'm going to use that variable NDWI, and followed by I'm going to specify a condition NDWI greater than 0.03, and followed by the second argument. It's going to be the true value. So for example, I'm going to specify here as 1 here. So 1 is the value assigned when the condition is true, that is water area. And the third argument, it's going to be the false value. So here I'm going to mention 0. So the 0 is the value assigned when the condition is false, which is non-water area. So basically the water area will be classified as 1 and non-water area will be classified as 0. Based on this condition. So the condition is NDWI is greater than 0.03 is the condition. It creates a Boolean raster where the pixel with NDWI is greater than 0.03 are true, that is 1, and false, it's going to be 0. So next, to save this, again we're going to use the similar, so I'm going to mention as water mask here, water mask, and followed by I'm going to mention as save. And we're going to mention save, in that we're going to mention os dot path, and followed by join, and which gonna, so the save this particular binary watermask will be saved in this folder, that is I've already mentioned in that output folder, comma, and name of the output file. So the output file is going to be the watermask here. So I'm going to mention is watermask.tif. And make sure that you mention in double quote, and I'm going to close this. So it saves the binary raster to the disk as geotiff inside the result folder, and the name of the file is watermask.tif. And the next step is what we're going to do is we're going to convert the binary mask to a polygon. All the water area we're going to convert raster to a polygon. So to do that, what we're going to do is here we're going to mention another variable called water polygon. So I'm going to mention the variable name as a water polygon, which is equals to. So basically, we are turning the pixel groups into a vector shape files or a vector shape. So right now here, we're going to use another function here. For example, I'm going to mention is ArcPython. So ArcPython.conversion. And followed by, we can mention the function called RasterToPolygon. RasterToPolygon. RasterToPolygon function. So basically this ArcPython.conversion RasterToPolygon is a tool that converts raster to a polygon class. So inside this function we have to specify 5 arguments here, starting with the input binary raster. So our input binary raster, it is the watermask here, so you can able to see. So we're going to specify that here. So we're going to specify the watermask here, the input binary raster, which is watermask variable, and followed by the second argument. It's going to be the output shapefile path here. So we have to mention the shapefile path. So for that, again, we're going to mention os.path.join, and we have to specify the output folder location, which is already specified as an output folder, the folder location, and followed by the output file name. So output file name is going to be I'm going to mention as water polygon here. So water polygons. So I'm going to mention as water polygons. I'm going to make sure that it's in shapefile. So I'm going to mention shp shapefile. and double quotes, followed by I'm gonna close this. And again, here we're gonna mention the variable as a polygons. What are polygons? So this is our second argument, which is the output shapefile path here. So we're gonna mention a comma. So the third argument, it's going to be, we have two options here. One is simplify versus no simplify. So the simplify, it reduces the number of vertices. Basically, it smooths the boundary for a smaller file size and cleaner look. And other option is no simplify. It keeps every raster cell edge. So right now, I'm going to specify as simplify. So we're going to mention the double quote here. So the option should be mentioned in the capital. So we're going to mention as simplify. And again, I'm going to mention double quotes. And the next step is we're going to mention the fourth parameter. There is a fourth argument, which is going to be the basically the fourth parameter. It's going to be the value here. So I'm going to mention as value. Let me mention in the small case here. So I'm going to mention as value. So this is a value, the raster field to use for a polygon creation. Hence, our mask has a value 0 and 1. So polygon at the value 1 will be the water bodies. And the last argument it's going to be, so which is going to be this particular one here, which is I'm going to mention a single outer part. So this particular argument which states that, so it creates a one polygon per connected groups of cells. So instead of breaking into individual cells, so it creates one polygon per connected group of cells. And the next step is, so we're going to create in the new cell here. So to create a new cell, I'm going to click this, click to add a cell. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to dissolve the water polygon into a single boundary. So before proceeding further, first I'm going to run this cell here. I'm going to select this cell and I'm going to click this option. So it's going to run. And here in the content section, here we can able to see we have this new layer which is generated, which is called the water mask here. And it has two values, 0 and 1 here. Let me get back to the map section here. So in this window, I'm going to click map. And right now we have this image here, which is generated. And in this image, what I'm going to do is, so first I'm going to turn off this layer. So first we're going to take a look at this image which is generated based on the applied threshold value. So here I can able to see it is classified the water areas versus non-water areas. So red region which indicates the water areas, and the gray region which indicates the non-water areas, which can be clearly seen from this raster. And followed by the next is water polygon. It managed to separate out the water polygons here. So I'm going to right click on this and click this option called attribute table, and it's going to open the attribute table here. So right now here you can able to see this attribute table. We have a set of values and polygons, and the grid code, it has a grid code of 1 here. So we're going to drag down here. And also it has a grid code of 0 and 1. Basically 1 which indicates the water areas and 0 which indicates the non-water areas. So the next step is we're going to select only the water areas and dissolve all the water polygons into one single polygon. So we're going to close this and we're going to navigate back to the new notebook section here. So we're going to do that in this step here. So now we're going to select only the water polygons. That is grid code of 1. So 1 represents water areas and 0 which represents the non-water areas. So to do that, again we're going to use the ArcPython here. So I'm going to mention is ArcPython. ArcPython we're going to mention management. And followed by we're going to mention make feature layer. So we're going to mention make feature layer. And inside this function here, we're going to specify 3 arguments here. So the first argument, so it's going to represent the input shapefile. Before, let me explain about this arcpython.datamanagement.make feature layer. So the arcpython management.make feature layer function, it creates a temporary feature layer from a feature class. A feature layer is a reference to the data that can be used for selection and geoprocessing without duplicating the file. So the first argument here is the input shapefile here. So the input shapefile, basically it's going to be this particular variable, that is water polygon. So we're going to mention that water polygons. And followed by the second argument, it's going to be the name of the temporary layer in the memory. So I'm going to mention the file name. I'm going to mention make sure that you mention double quote and mention the water and water 1 year. So I'm going to mention water 1 year as a temporary file name of the temporary file name. And followed by the third argument, it's going to be the grid code which represents water area versus non-water areas. So basically it is an SQL expression that selects only the polygon where the grid code field is equals to 1. So 1 is water area, 0 means non-water areas. So basically in our previous function where we specified RasterToPolygon, the tool runs, it creates field grid code with original raster value 0 for land. So as we can able 0 for land and 1 for water body. So the third argument here, going to mention the grid code here. Which is you can able to see from here. I'm going to mention the attribute table. Let me close this particular one. I'm going to select this particular one, water polygon and attribute table. So here we have this grid code here, and I'm going to use this particular field here, and I'm going to state the grid code is equals to 1. So let me zoom here, and I'm going to mention the grid code, and first I'm going to mention double quotes, and followed by I'm going to mention grid code which is equals to 1 here. Make sure that I specify the double quotes. So this is going to be the third argument, so which is a SQL expression that selects only the polygon where the grid code is equals to 1, which is water bodies. And to run this, we're going to select this, and followed by we have to specify this line of code too. So the next step is we have to dissolve into one multi-part polygon. So to do that, what we're going to do is again we're going to specify a new variable called dissolved. So the variable name called dissolved, which is equals to, and here you're going to specify ArcPython dot management dot dissolve, the dissolve function. And here again we have to specify 4 arguments here. So basically the ArcPython dot management dot dissolve it merges adjacent or nearby polygons into a single feature. Right now we have to specify the 4 arguments. So the first argument, it's going to be the input feature layer. So the input feature layer, that is the temporary file name, which is so here I mentioned as the water 1 year. So we're going to copy this, and followed by I'm going to specify here, which is our the input feature layer, and make sure that is specified in double quotes, and followed by the second argument. So the second argument is going to be the output shape file path here. So we're going to copy this particular line of code here, and I'm going to make some small changes to it. And here instead of this water polygon, I'm going to mention as water boundaries. Water boundary dot shapefile. So this is going to be the output shapefile path, and followed by the third argument here, which is going to be the dissolve field here. For example, I'm going to specify the dissolve field, which is equals to none, and so basically it's going to dissolve all features together if you select this particular option. Let me remove the spaces here. So the dissolve field is equals to none. So it's going to dissolve all features together. So when we mention none, it dissolve all features into one polygon or multi-part polygon. So if you specify a field like, for example, a name, it could dissolve only features sharing the same field value. And last, we have to select the last argument here. So the last argument is going to be the multi-part here. So I'm going to mention is multi-part. So multipart, which is equals to, I'm going to mention is multipart. So the multipart is equals to multipart. But it make sure that you specify in the capitals here. So I'm going to specify in the capitals, and followed by I'm going to mention part. And make sure that is mention double quotes. So this particular fourth argument, which is multipart, is equal to multipart, so which allows the output to be a single multipart polygon. So the example could be if it is a multipart, if a river has a separate reach, they become one feature with multiparts. And alternatively, we have another option called single part. So this single part could create separate features for each disconnected water body. So right now we have selected multipart, and now the result will be stored in this variable result. And this particular step is very useful, as a single boundary is much easier to use as a mask for extracting the turbidity values in upcoming videos. So it simplifies the visualization and reduces the clutter, and it is useful for calculating the total water area or for overlaying with other vector data. So I'm going to run this, and let us visualize the result. And right now in the content section, you can able to see a new polygon has been generated. One is temporary file, followed by the water body water boundary shape file here. So again, I'm going to navigate back to the map section here, and I'm going to turn off all of the layers. So for example, you can able to see here, this is the temporary file, which is water 1 year. So this is the temporary file, and followed by this is a permanent file, which is water boundary. You can able to see that. Let me turn off this layer, and you can able to see it more clearly now. So we have managed to convert a raster into a polygon here. You can able to see. So this is the polygon, and I'm going to click this and click the option called attribute table. So we have a single feature. You can able to see from this attribute table. I'm going to zoom in here. We have as a single feature. So you're going to close this, and I'm going to get back to notebooks window. And in this video, I have shown you how to create a water mask and convert to a polygon for ArcPython spatial analysis for our river turbidity estimation. So thanks for watching, and make sure that you subscribe to our channel and give us a like.